another great day for a workout here on Jessica Smith TV. Today's routine is all about bettering your posture. So we're just gonna start off with some nice corrective exercises to help you create better posture, which can help you instantly look taller and slimmer. So let's begin just standing with the feet hip width apart. Let your shoulders roll down your back, pressing them away from your ears. Think about bracing your abs in tight towards your spine, and even give me a slight Kegel, engaging through the pelvic floor muscles. We want the core on and strong. From here, we're gonna start with the neck. So a lot of problem we have these days is this forward head syndrome, because we're always kind of looking down, we're texting, we're typing. We wanna get rid of that by pulling the chin back. We call this the little chicken head. So you're gonna pull it back and almost make yourself a little double chin and then release it. Do it again, pull it back, make a double chin, and then release it. Your arms can be by your sides or at your hips, whatever feels more comfortable. I know it's not a pretty exercise, but we're realigning through the neck. So just pull it back as far as you can, make that double chin, and release it. Good. Keep going, just a few more. Nice. We do these in our walking videos because it's so important to help realign the spine all the way up through the neck. Good. Give me one more. Really pull it back, make that double chin. Nice. So our next exercise is to really target those muscles in between the shoulder blades. So I want you to go stand against a wall somewhere. I'm going to do this against the window. I'm not going to lean too far back. So the knees are soft. You want your spine pressed against that wall, and you're going to reach your arms up into a nice wide V. These are called wall angels. So without leaving the contact with the wall, you're going to press down with the shoulder blades, bend your elbows, keep the backs of your hands and arms against that wall, and then reach back up. So you're gonna bend for 2 and press for 2. It's harder than it looks. So everything stays in contact with the wall as you're sliding in and out. Think about making the letter V at the top and then a letter W as your elbows bend. Keeping the back of the head against the wall, the spine is pressed against the wall, abs are in tight, you're still working through that pelvic floor. Just a couple more like that. Good. And down. Give me 2 more here. Really squeeze those shoulder blades back and together. Good, 1 more. Nice job. So let's go ahead and move off of the wall. So it's kind of a little warm up here. We're gonna come on down to the floor next. And we're gonna do what we call a YTI exercise. Now we're gonna do this in a kneeling position, but if this bothers your knees, feel free to go ahead and stand up and just hinge forward from your hips. So we want the abs in tight, we want the spine nice and long. So make sure anytime you're leaning forward, especially during a workout, you don't start to slouch. Feel like you're almost sticking out your rear and your chest at the same time. Making 2 thumbs up, we're gonna take the arms outside of the ears, reaching up to a letter Y position. We want the chest reaching almost parallel to the floor. Come back down. You're going to open out to the sides of your shoulders, squeezing the shoulder blades back and together into a letter T. Then you're going to come down and make a letter I, pulling the hands back behind your hips, squeezing the shoulder blades back in together, and lower down. So let's do that a little bit quicker. Y, T, and I. Squeeze as you lift, reaching through each one of those letters, nice and strong. Good. Now, if you wanted to, eventually, you could do this holding light dumbbells. Just go nice and strong through a full range of motion. So we've got all the muscles that are lining the spine activated. We're working in between the shoulder blades. Abs are strong, they're supporting the spine. Good, we've even got the thighs working here in this kneeling position. Give me 1 more. Letter Y, letter T, letter I. Great job. Just sit back for a second, rounding the back, take a little breather. And we're gonna go ahead and lay face down on the floor, moving into a little Cobra position. So go ahead and bend your elbows underneath your shoulders, just kind of stretching the spine out. Press your shoulders down and away from your ears. Open your chest, just gazing straight ahead. Let your chin be parallel to the floor. Good. Now from here, we're gonna lower all the way down and go into a Pilates swimming exercise. So extend the arms and legs so they're making an X shape on the floor. You're gonna extend up, lifting the arms and legs off of the ground, extending the spine as high as you can. Take your front leg and back arm a little higher, and then switch. So that's the basic movement. You're gonna look at the floor so the back of your neck is nice and long and relaxed. Now I want you to take this as quickly as you can, as if you're doing a little flutter kick in the water. Nice and strong, quick, 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 quick. Now as you're moving quickly with the arms and the legs, try to keep this core body as steady and as strong and as still as possible. Flutter strong, good. Keep it going. Last 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Relax down, bend your elbows, bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes, let your knees stay light on the floor. We're gonna engage the abs, press away from the floor to a bent knee plank position. So right here, get your shoulders over your hands. Knees are light, toes are tucked under. Scoop those abs in tight, tight, tight to your spine. Press your shoulders away from your ears. Now, if you need to, you can stay in this modified plank position. Make sure you're not sagging through the hips or piking up in the air. Keep a nice diagonal line. If you're ready to make it a little more intensive, let's try to extend the legs out. So diagonal line. Now, I want you to think about simply pushing away from the floor. Raise the body slightly up. My elbows haven't bent or straightened any further. Come back down. So it's a little push and release. Push and release. We're doing a little retraction through the shoulder blades. Keep your abs in nice and tight. Good. Just a couple more. This one is harder than it looks. 2 more. Last one. Beautiful. Come back down to your knees if you're not already there. Release your toes and slowly lower to the floor. Good. So now we're going to open up across the front of the chest because tightness in the front of the body can cause those shoulders to round forward. So we're going to extend our back arm out nice and straight. Use your front arm, and I want you to keep the shoulder on the floor and just gently turn away. So you're going to stretch to your own degree. Make sure it's not painful for the shoulder. You might feel a little intensity from the stretch, but not pain. Take a few deep breaths. Good. Release it. We're going to switch arms. Take your front arm out straight. Press the shoulder into the floor. Look away from that shoulder and turn onto your side. So you're using the legs, kind of stacking the hips here. Stretch across the shoulders. Good. Let's do one more chest opener that also engages all those spinal muscles. We're going to interlace the fingers behind the body. I want you to lift the chest as high as you can. Keep the tiptoes pressed into the floor. Keep reaching your arms down your back. Lift up as high as you can and just hold it here. Squeeze. Good. Shoulders away from your ears. Eyes are gazing at the floor. Keep the neck nice and long. Beautiful. Go ahead and release down. Press your hips back over your heels. Take a quick stretch for the spine. And we're going to move on from here to the hands and the knees. Just placing the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. So pull your abs in tight, engaging through that pelvic floor again. Shoulders blades are pressing down towards our hips. You're going to extend your front arm by your ear and your back leg out by your hip. So just reaching out. Hold it for 1 count. Come down and go ahead and switch. Now the hard part about this is not reaching our arm and leg, right? But keeping the body as still as we can. Switch sides. Do it again. So I want you to imagine as you're doing this exercise that you have a water bottle balancing on your lower back. Change arms and legs. And you're working to keep the body as steady as you can so as not to disturb that water bottle. Take it back again to the other side. Reach. And pull it back in, especially as you shift. Don't drop the bottle. Other side, reach it out long. Get your arm all the way up by your ear, leg all the way back in line with your hip. Switch. One more time on both sides. Reach. And take it down. Last one. Here we go. Reach it out. Great work. Let's go ahead and sit the hips back to the heels. Good. So we're going to try that one more time. You can continue where we were if that was enough of a challenge, or we're going to come back out to the elbows and we're gonna tuck the toes and see if we can come to a full plank position. So this is gonna make things a lot harder for us, right? So do what you need to do. If you need to come back to your hands and your knees, if you can, or maybe you just wanna start with just the leg and then try adding in the arm. So we're gonna take the leg out, opposite arm, reach, hold it, come down and switch. This is much more challenging from this modified plank position. Do what you can, keep your eyes focused on the floor. Do your best to steady that lower back. Hips and shoulders are square. Reach, good. Go back to that quadruped position anytime you need it. Woo, almost there. 4 more. Good. And 3. Give me 2 more, gang. Here we go. Last one. Come down, release your hips. Let's take the hands in a little closer to the body. Extend all the way up. Drop your hips, open your chest. Take some nice deep breaths. Great job. Sit back to child's pose. Just round the back, take some deep breaths. Really nice. Walk it in, and let's slowly just come to a standing position. One more chest opener, hands behind the back, lifting the heart. Take some deep breaths. That last plank got my heart rate up there. And then finally, just a few spinal extensions to help counterbalance all of the forward flexion we do all day long. Hands behind the hips, fingertips facing downward. Extend back and slowly come up. So you're just gonna extend back as far as you feel comfortable going. Don't force it. Good, let's do one more here. Extend it back, reach, and release it. Thank you so much for joining me for this better posture workout today, guys. If you enjoyed these exercises, please be sure to check out my Walk On 3 DVD set. We have tons of exercises that are similar to this and more. It's available on Amazon.com. You can click on the link in the video description below. Thanks for remembering to subscribe. We'll see you for another workout soon. Take care, everybody.